Okay, joining me now is Kidd Waya.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fantastic, how are you?
Good. It's great to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
What are you looking forward to? What brings you out on a Tuesday night? It's a school night.
Do you know what? What's bringing me out is a lot of the old dogs are back in town.
Oh, tell us about them.
So I grew up watching this,
Yeah.
and obviously when it came out, it wasn't in the cinema,
Yeah.
for my age anyway. And I loved it, right? And I'm like, listen, you sold me at the old one, because that film was so iconic.
Wow.
And the fact that it's back on the big screens, listen, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
And Terry, top G, he plays the role so well. I love you, bro.
Okay, so tell us, what have you been up to? So it's 2023, what's the big plan?
In 2021, I smashed it completely.
Wow. What did that look like?
But the thing is, right,
Yeah.
I smashed it not in a commercial way. I smashed it in a self-development, soul-searching way.
Oh, I love that.
A lot of people go find yourself in 2023. People get lost in this financial cloud,
Yeah.
in this big financial pot that we're all in, being stirred around, that a lot of them don't understand themselves and have not found themselves for a very long time. That's why mental health amongst black people especially is the highest, and the death rate is the highest amongst any race in the world. So my message to everyone out there is don't chase the money. Find yourself, find your happiness, find your peace, find your spiritual being, and the rest will fall into place.
This is Heartfelt with Hayet, and we are big on men's mental health, women's mental health. Can you tell us something that you may have gone through and how you may be able to use your story to help somebody else?
So I was in Big Brother Nigeria in 2020, right?
Yeah.
And I went into the show with like 1,000 followers on Instagram. I left that with 800,000, right? And this wasn't just Big Brother Nigeria, it was Africa. So I had billions of people watching.
Everyone was tuned in.
Right, so I went in there, a normal human being, I came out, right? And I had to learn to adapt to that shit.
Right.
There was no manual for that. Fast forward 8 weeks into my time, everything was perfect. I was lying on my bed speaking to my cousin. I got up to go to the toilet and I felt my legs feeling very shaky. I felt very dizzy, my mouth was drying up.
Yeah.
Called the doctors. I had a BPM of like 190 over 100.
Wow.
And that was my first anxiety panic attack.
Okay. Did you know what was happening at the time?
I'd never experienced that in my life. Like,
Right.
that was the first time I've ever experienced that. I didn't know how to react.
Yeah.
So I had one conversation with my doctor in UK, shout out to her, and she just told me, you had an anxiety attack. It's normal. Don't worry, you're not gonna die. And that instantly reduced the amount of attacks I had, because then I realized that it was normal. So I dealt with it.
In the African community particularly, mental health they don't understand it. They really don't understand it. They see it as you're crazy. Can you shed a bit of light on that so that people who don't understand get to see a little bit more about that?
So this is why I said, amongst black people, we have the highest death rate, suicide rates, because
we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it, we don't accept it. Our parents have never accepted it.
Yeah.
They probably went through it back in their time, but they probably...
Get over it mentality.
I don't think they got over it. I think they probably put it down to something that is not mental health. It could be like, it's the environment, or maybe I'm just feeling scared today, but they didn't attach the right terminology to what they were going through. But I think now, with this new social media, world we live in, and everything being out there, we're not afraid. I'm not afraid to speak about it and say it is mental health, and there is help. You can get out there and don't be afraid of it. You're not God, you're not a robot, you're a human being, and we all have our fragiles.
And because you are somebody who's very prominent and people look at you and think, wow, he has it all together. So it's so good to have you speaking on topics that really, really matter. So thank you for that. And thank you for sharing with us today. And I hope you have a great night.
I will. Thanks so much, guys. Peace.